Kevin Griffin in with us one more segment as it's off to baseball obligations for the other kids.
Yeah, my youngest actually has ninth grade games tonight at Ridgeland High School. So 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. It's probably going to have the temperature start dropping in about an hour. So I've got plenty of clothing.
Very good.
I'll bundle up.
601-885-3776. That is the Cowboy Maloney's text line. We're brought to you by Maristar Casino. Miko says, hey, I missed the topic on travel ball. Wondering if the best option is to go to prospect ID camps rather than those non-developmental tournaments where coaches typically make false promises.
Absolutely. I think that going to camps, not really the prospect ID, well, you may be on the same page with me, just calling it something different, but I think it's important to go to camps on college campuses. Get in front of those coaches. You can develop relationships that way at a young age. And also at those camps, it's not just like, let's say if you go to an Ole Miss camp, it's not just Ole Miss coaches who are going to be there. You're going to have Division II coaches, junior college coaches, D3 coaches. You'll have coaches from all different levels there seeing you. And so you're not just seen by the Ole Miss staff, you're seen by a lot of different schools as well. And I think that is the number one best thing for players to do. If you're going to spend money going to play in week-long tournaments, save it and spend that same money going to really good camps on college campuses.
No, that's a great way to put it, because like you said, at some point you're going to get to bid any kid where if you're just doing tournament ball on the weekends or all you're doing is playing, so you're not developing, right?
I've seen even full teams that have taken their entire 12 or 13-year-old team to a college campus and took their whole team to the camp. And I think that's great. I feel like it's one of those situations where, if you have a team that's going to go play in, let's say, Hoover, Alabama, they have week-long tournaments where you go play one game a day. You might go spend $5,000 in 1 week, and that tournament might be during a dead period that nobody's going to see you anyway. Why go? There's no reason other than to go see competition. And you can get that even locally as long as you're seeing pitches and things like that. You don't have to spend the money and go travel all over the country to get noticed. If you're good enough, they'll find you. And I just am a big proponent of those college camps.
Let's see here.
The other thing I'll say that somebody told me one time, you go to all these exposure tournaments and play big tournaments, at some point too much exposure and you're going to get exposed. So take it or leave it. I'd rather not be exposed.
No, absolutely. Bill says, I just tuned in. I don't know who your guest is. Kevin Griffin, head softball coach at Belhaven and associate AD. Did I say that right?
That's
associate.
Right.
So he says, but I 100% agree. My son is a freshman, and we've been to just about every kind of camp out there. The prospect ID camps have never been impressive. In fact, some have been a complete waste of my money, in my opinion. The best camp to go to, in his opinion, is the on-campus camps, which basically he's agreeing with everything.
Yeah, there's a guy here locally that works with PBR. Matt Miller is the state director of PBR. I think he does a really good job of being in it for the kid. If he says he's going to do something and get a kid's name out there, he usually does it. So I really like what he does. But I just always had a problem. And again, I'm not just a parent. I coach for a living. So I have a different take on it. I always had a problem taking my kids to a prospect ID camp for them to tell me metrics and numbers that I already knew, because I have the technology myself to be able to know those things. So why am I going to pay money for somebody else to go tell me these things? That's why we never did it. Connor went to his first showcase this past summer, and it's because he just wanted to go experience it and play in a major league ballpark in the PG National event. So, yeah, that's the first one we ever did.